We talk so much about the bloodlines and whatnot. You had Zahid, a national champion back in 2020, Anthony, an All-American in 2022, and now here is Cael, all wrestled for their father in high school.
Good action from him to start, almost a close runaround position.
Espinoza-Owens, 16th in the country, 12-4 on the year with 3 decisions over ranked wrestlers. And Valencia is unranked this year, but he is a 2-time NCAA qualifier.
And Valencia, again, another good style matchup. We got some length. Really been kind of a consistent thing from Arizona State. A lot of their wrestlers I'm seeing just like long, lanky dudes. Really good body styles to wrestle in the positions that they want to. Most of the attacks have been from Valencia thus far. We got 3 of them, it looks like. If Espinoza-Owens is going to want to get going here for Moses, he has his own attack there, a little head outside, high C. Stalling offered as a warning to Espinoza-Owens. Both guys off the mat there, but referee has them keep wrestling. Again, that stall call already. That 0-0, only thing offered this period halfway through is a stall warning towards Espinoza-Owens. Valencia with 3 or 4 attacks already.
Backtracking a little bit for those that might not be totally familiar, Espinoza-Owens has moved up 2 weight classes from a year ago. He was at 157 last year for South Dakota State.
Yeah, it's just kind of that trajectory. That's what it was with Cade DeVos, 2-time All-American for South Dakota State, one of the legends. He moved up from 157. Kind of work your way into that body type. Work your way into that weight class. Espinoza-Owens looking for that re-attack over the top. A high volume of attacks from Valencia, but nothing yet to score. He's getting real tough in that head inside position. Espinoza-Owens looking not to get lifted. You don't want to get lifted here. He goes crackdown position. That's going to be 3 offered because both legs are covered.
And there is the 3 for Valencia.
Right out would be big here if you're Valencia. 3-0 versus 3-1's big. Yeah, in situations like this at the end of the day, if you're Espinoza-Owens, it's still a takedown match, right? If you're able to get that escape to end the period, it's still a takedown match. A lot of match to go here with 5 seconds left in the first period, riding time at 10 seconds.
And every point so important in what we anticipate being a duel that will go down to the end. And the next 2 matches will feature unranked guys on either side.
Valencia deferring. Espinoza-Owens chooses bottom. You see, there's at the edge of the match. A lot of wrestling on the boundary to start with that highlight, but the takedown happened with that single leg that was stretched out real long from Valencia, and he was able to pull that leg in, transition it to a double on his feet. Now Valencia kind of in a crab ride suck back position. He sees in a claw to the opposite side of the collar. He just kind of keeps prying and sucking back Espinoza-Owens. Espinoza-Owens in that front headlock position again. He really likes to go over the top to his re-attacks, but there's so much length to Valencia, he can't get back to those ankles, to those hamstrings. You would like to see a stall offered there, but it is an action call.
And our referee, who's been in the thick of it tonight, Jason Rivera.
I think he's done a good job.
And it's been a tough job. I mean, there's been a lot of barking from both sides tonight on Rivera. That's not an easy task.
Double leg, head splitting. He's got to step with that left leg and get Turk, or he's going to get exposure action there. So you see as Turk, he's going to try and get across the face to that shoulder with his right hand and get some cheap swipes here. At a minimum, you just kind of sit there and let that riding time tick. This isn't a stalemating position if you're curious about holding on the bottom position. There's no stalemate here. This is eminent points possibly. So you hold that Turk. You see he's working really hard, that right hand. Valencia keeps catching it, kind of at the fingers and pulling it and keeping it on that right side. But if you can get it across his face to that opposite chin, you're going to see swipes coming.
Still 20 seconds here for Espinoza-Owens, but Valencia's done a good job of staying off of his back during all this.
Nothing came from that Turk, but a ride out here again makes it the literal opposite position as when we entered the period. It was 3-1, and then you're looking at 5-3, a 2-point disparity from Valencia to Espinoza-Owens with 24 seconds of riding time.
But to your point, Valencia awarded any of those swipes, keeping things at 5-3.
Absolutely. And you see Valencia picks neutral.
Here's the takedown again.
He kind of head down double, but like the reaction doesn't happen from Valencia. Looking for another takedown here. We got exposure count, and now you're going to be seeing swipes soon if he doesn't belly out, which he does. 8-3, they want him to cut him. Espinoza-Owens is a gas tank kind of guy. Again, he might not be hitting the lights out with these different attacks that people think are awesome to watch, the highlight moves, but he's going to grind. You see weight on him. He's going to work his left hand inside. He's going to clear that arm. He's going to try and run each direction, keep his weight on you.
Great example of that right there.
Yep. Now this is a position you saw earlier in the match. Valencia was able to pull that leg in, finish hard. Wrestling's different when you're in the third period. Coach Hahn like an EMT on the mat in an emergency to get that contact because he does not want Valencia to get his breath out him. Quick run around. This is what it looks like, folks, to have someone physically not feeling well on the mat. All respect to Valencia, but this is what it looks like when someone is tired.
And Valencia's not used to feeling this. I mean, this is a guy who's been a national qualifier multiple times.
Yeah. And you see they are going. This is a full onslaught of. He's got to release his hands for the escape. He shoots him off the mat. Hahn wants him to reset. They got 41 seconds. Espinoza-Owens hustle back to the middle. I'm trying to remain neutral. Well, that's the stuff you love to see, man, is hustle back to the middle, whether it's either guy. That's the stuff that I love about wrestling. When you're that guy and you feel the blood in the water and you're back to the middle, he's going to go run around position again. This is going to make this place explode if he works all the way to a tech fall through pure takedowns in the third period. If you're Valencia, you do that. You get your hands locked and you stop the bleeding.
The 20 seconds can't go fast enough for Valencia.
Espinoza-Owens is hoping for that stalemate. And now riding time not a factor, so you're going to still need 2 takedowns. If you're Valencia, you get a takedown and you're looking at the match being not a major decision.
5 seconds here for Espinoza-Owens.
He's looking for a count. That would count plus swipes would be points. It's just a major decision. Good effort from Espinoza-Owens. You see how that pace paid off. That's a big win for the Jackrabbits. It's 4 points for the team score. Espinoza-Owens, you can't see it right now, but he's letting this place know he's excited about what he just did.
But you also got to give Valencia a lot of credit because that could have been much worse. He was not at a good place, and he found a way to keep that to only 4 for South Dakota State.
Absolutely.
That could be huge in the final tally.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't say I've been there on the mat in that kind of space, but I've been there in the wrestling room where you're like, man, I cannot move.